All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields, and the Bears offense putting up points immediately. They end up getting the victory 23-17 to kick off the preseason. Now, although the starters, guys like Justin Fields only played a couple of possessions, I saw more than what I wanted to see, and all we have to say here is welcome to the Chicago Bears. DJ Moore getting it started with a bang on the Bears' first offensive possession of the game. He takes a wide receiver screen 62 yards to the house. The offensive line did a great job. Everybody did a great job blocking for that 62-yard touchdown. But Justin Fields said it after the game, man. When you have a guy where he can get you just 62 yards on his own, that makes my job a whole lot easier. It's pretty terrifying because Justin Fields, he only threw 3 balls, 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is just a sign for things to come. And this is what we saw more than enough times last season with this Bears offense. Just big time plays, putting up points on the board. It's got you really excited. I know it's just a preseason game, but still, nonetheless, the Bears offense looks extremely explosive, and the addition of DJ Moore on paper really takes this Bears offense to the next level, but we finally got to saw it in real time today. Now, before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I post a couple of Bears videos every single week, so let's try and get this video to 250 likes. That would mean the world to me. So, Justin Fields, only 3 passes thrown, and they weren't really deep balls, right? A lot of them just basically screens. Khalil Herbert was the second touchdown on their second offensive possession in the game. Khalil pretty much, I think he actually had every single yard on that possession. So Khalil Herbert, new RB1 with the departure of David Montgomery. Really exciting times. Just in general, this Bears running back room is super talented, and I love the fact that they can both receive the balls, but especially Rashawn Johnson as well, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But new addition, D'Onta Foreman, former Carolina Panther, absolutely feasted in the second half of last year once they traded away CMC. And Khalil Herbert, who is a playmaker. He's a stud. He can do a little bit of everything, and there is currently a camp battle going on today. D'Onta Foreman, 3 rushes for 9 yards. Khalil Herbert, 4 rushes for 15 yards, but that 56-yard touchdown pass, that definitely probably gave him a nod. I'm going to imagine that day one starter is Khalil Herbert. I don't know if they're going to make that official, but I'm going to assume Khalil Herbert is going to be RB1, but you can never have too many running backs. And that's what the Chicago Bears, it's like they have so much talent at running back. Rookie Rashawn Johnson, who was just, kind of forgotten about with Bijan Robinson last year, he ran with a lot of force. He's a stud, man. 12 rushes, 44 yards. He had a 24-yard rush. That was awesome. There's so much talent. There's so much potential there. He did catch 3 balls only for 2 total yards, but there's two-way ability there. There's versatility, and if he's RB3, you got a really good running back room. And don't even forget about new addition Travis Homer. He had 6 rushes for 25 yards today. But Travis Homer was last season for Seattle the perfect running back to have on third down because he is so good at catching the ball. So the Bears running back room, even though David Montgomery was a tough loss, they got better, man. They're pretty juiced up at running back. Moving on to the receivers, like I said, we only saw 2 possessions with Justin Fields in the from most first stringers, and it was pretty quick. 62-yard touchdown by DJ Moore, 56-yard touchdown by Khalil Herbert. New addition, or more recent addition, Isaiah Ford did have a nice 37-yard catch. Velus Jones Jr., unfortunate. If I had to say, what was the thing I didn't like the most about the Bears game today, it has to be Velus Jones Jr. He had a really not up and down rookie season. He pretty much had a down rookie year. I'm not trying to go at the guy, but he said this past training camp, the past couple of weeks in training camp, he said, he feels like mentally he's in a much better place this upcoming season, and he's excited to get to the field. But, he did fumble his second punt return, and yeah, he lost it. The Bears, that was a turnover, and we saw that a couple of times last season. I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel confident with Velus Jones Jr. back there. Tyler Scott, new addition, he also had a fumble. He did catch a ball for 9 yards, but that special teams, it gets me thinking, what's it going to be? Because I really don't feel great with Velus Jones Jr. However, there's so much potential there. He has so much talent. He's so freaking fast. And, just the Bears wide receiver room is extremely deep as well. But, I really want him to make his mark on special teams because he's a big-time playmaker. If the ball's in his hands, he's a big-time playmaker, but definitely has some fumble issues. So it's something to keep an eye on, and it was, to me, like kind of the one unfortunate part of today's game. Tyrique Stevenson, what a freaking game. I think he could have easily had an interception. This was their second-round draft pick out of Miami. He's going to be a day-one starter. He's a stud, man. He had 7 total tackles. He had that pass deflection and a tackle for loss. The dude's a freaking stud. Trevis Gipson, after the Bears' first depth chart, he was, 4th string? He had a phenomenal game today. He did get a sack. However, he had 3 total quarterback hits. He was very, very close to having 3 total sacks today. Great sign. Absolute great sign because there's so much, once again, man, there's so much talent, there's so much potential there. He's coming off just a horrible season, but he's 26 years old, entering his 4th campaign. He's just 2 years removed from that season where he had 7 total sacks and 5 forced fumbles. So, the dude's a dog, and that's what we saw today. He was a freaking dog. Noah Sewell, he had a sack. You also saw Zach Pickens. He had a sack. Zach Pickens, one of these young SEC defensive players, my man out of South Carolina, go Cox. The dude's a freaking stud, man. The theme on this Bears team is they just have freaking studs. They have animals. They got monsters. Zach Pickens is one of them. Another one of these guys. One of these young rookie players that is going to have an immediate day one impact on this football team. So altogether, man, I really couldn't have asked for more. The Chicago Bears' first string offense, big-time plays, big-time touchdowns, just 2 huge explosive highlight reel plays. It was awesome. A great way to kick it off, a great way to end preseason week 1. Well, stay tuned for the next preseason game. Not sure what we're going to see, if we're going to see the starters, if we're going to see Justin Fields or what have you, but the Bears hype it's really high right now, and it was gaining all summer. I think they had a phenomenal draft in general. This is a really talented football team. New addition Darnell Wright, Gervon Dexter, Tyrique Stevenson, Zach Pickens, Rashawn Johnson, Tyler Scott, Noah Sewell, Terrell Smith. All of those players that I just mentioned will make an impact in their rookie season on the Chicago Bears. So, as we've said a couple of times on this channel, I'm not saying the Bears are going to win 10 to 13 games. Wouldn't be surprised if they actually won 10 to 13 games. I think Justin Fields would establish himself as, I'm an MVP caliber player. I'm that freaking dude, which is not out of the realm of possibility. But, the Chicago Bears, realistically, just from last season, anything over 6 wins is a great sign. This Bears team, I think they're going to be a lot closer to 500, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they were to get 9 or 10 victories this upcoming season. But, it's the first preseason game. I won't jump the gun. However, the Bears' future, we can at least all agree, it looks really freaking good, man. So that's it for today. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Bears videos, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys later. But more importantly, let me know what you thought about the Bears' first preseason game.